Hi, everybody. Welcome back to PTS Dan, and
I'm Dan.
who's Dan? And the new background with the steel building.
I like it.
Yes,
Green
yes,
screen's
yes.
working great.
There we go. There we go. So I was listening to somebody that I follow online who's in that sales arena, and he said, "You know what? The greatest thing that ever happened to me was I got fired." He was in that typical corporate channel, and he said, "You know what? I was kind of I was a unicorn in that space, and so I didn't fit, and so they fired me, and I'm now where I'm at. I'm doing what I'm really good at." And it got me thinking a little bit about not getting fired. I'm not. It's not. But are you limiting yourself in what you're doing, or are you holding back in some ways that you could really get better at the role and, frankly, really have some fun with it? And not getting all the way to the extent of, yeah, I got fired, now I got to figure it out. I think we hold back in the sales side sometimes, especially if it's not our business, because we fall in this frame rather than sort of, cut loose a little bit, let it out, be different. And we talk all the time about be different, act differently, and how impactful that is. But I think oftentimes we don't do that. Can you talk about that side of it and ways maybe to come out of the shell and just let things go somewhat and get the results to go with it?
I think the view on employment should be, if I leave this company, it's going to be on my terms,
Yes.
not
Yes.
because I get fired.
Yeah.
There are circumstances that can happen that you are going to get fired
Of
regardless,
course.
right?
Of course.
But for the most part, wouldn't it be great to be in a situation where you control your destiny?
Yeah.
And so I think it is become really, really good at whatever it is you do,
Yep.
so that the company doesn't want to lose you.
Yes. Yes.
But if you've done all of that and you're like, I'm kind of bored here, it's time to move on, it's okay.
Your terms.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you
yes.
know when this is starting to happen, whenever you're having conversations at home or conversations with friends about, yeah, I'm not real happy what I'm doing, right? You start feeling stress
Yes.
or anxiety about something. Maybe it's time to redefine yourself within the company, or maybe it's time to look elsewhere.
Yeah. We've always talked about the fact that the salesperson inside a firm should be the highest paid individual. They should also be the most dynamic person there. They should be doing a lot of the innovation and those kinds of things. And if you're not falling in that frame, I think you're doing some things wrong, or let's at least say you could be better at the very least.
This isn't cut in stone by any means, but what my experience tells me, when you find a great salesperson, they typically are the ones that leave a company after about 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
They want that new frontier.
Yep, they do.
The average or below average salesperson is usually within a company for a long time, mainly because the owner or the manager won't fire them.
Yeah. We've had experiences inside our firm at times where we've hired people and we said, hey, if we get 2 great years from this person, terrific for everybody, and they're likely to move on, and that's okay.
It is okay.
Yeah. All right, everybody. See you again tomorrow.
Take care.